Away from that, the Lagos State government has announced an increase in boarding fees for its model schools to 100,000 naira starting the 2024-2025 session. Deputy Director of Public Affairs Ganiu Lawal explained that the previous fee of 35,000 naira in place since 2021 was no longer feasible. The hike aims to improve student welfare and address the significant student population in boarding schools. Lawal acknowledged the concerns from some parents but emphasized that the decision, though challenging, prioritizes the students' well-being. The Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education remains committed to enhancing the quality of education despite the fee adjustments. To discuss this, I will be joined by educationist Jolaawo Olufunmilayo, who joins me here to look at this current situation. Well, thank you so much for being here on News Now. How does the increase in boarding fees align with the quality of services and, most importantly, the facilities provided in model schools that we see today?
Good morning. Thanks for having me. I think the real question is, what weight do education have in government today in Nigeria? The cost of everything is rising. Cost of fuel, cost of living, cost of transportation, and now cost of education. We have private schools that charge exorbitant prices. We have highbrow schools that charge astronomical prices. So for an average Nigerian, it's trying to get education as basic and as quality driven as it could be. And that increment will definitely kick a lot of students out of school because if you're paying 35,000, it's been increased to 100,000. The question is how many people can afford that as we speak in Nigeria today? Yes, everything is rising, but I believe if it's a front burner, it's something that can still be subsidized so we get more students educated.
All right. From 35,000, it risen to 100,000. But even though the government has said that they could also maintain status quo for now until next term, but are there other potential sources of funding for the model schools? I mean, such as public-private partnerships, PPP, donations, or grants that could actually have been explored to mitigate the need for a fee increase? And I'd like to also ask, aside from the fact if there are other potential sources, what also makes of the student loan? Do you think there could have been arrangements to equally benefit states?
Exactly. Now, like I said ab initio, we know the number of students we have in public takes to be able to take care of those children in those schools, vis-a-vis their boarding schools. As a government, you can't base the education on grants, on the well-being of other citizens to kind of like cushion the effect. In this case, I believe in the budget, there should be a substantial amount to take care of this. Now, if that is done well, then you can now have other bodies, WHOs, UNESCO, they do this in other countries, Peru and the rest. WHO, UNESCO can now come in to now say, okay, how can we help you subsidize this thing? Sometimes they have partnerships with publishers, that could bring in books free. A lot of things can be done, but they want to see that should I say vibe from the state itself to see that education is very important. And if you look at it, we have done it in the past. We've had free education in the past. We've had actually people go through grade school free here. If you look at other countries, basic education is free. In the US, you don't pay anything to go through grade school. It's only when you're going to get to college that you have to pay. And that can still apply here. The basic education, grade school, can still be seriously subsidized. And at the end of the day, the money can still be gotten back from people that decide to go to college, universities, trade colleges, etc. So it's a kind of like a give and take, that will make this work. But if you like, push all the burdens to the parents, and when there are issues and the parents have to take these burdens, definitely a lot of kids will have to drop out of school.
No, just as they said that the minimum wage, which was moved from 35,000 to 70,000 naira, even though we do know some states have not yet implemented that. The school has
Sorry,
also.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
All right, great. I'm saying just as we looked at the minimum wage from the federal government level from 35,000 to 70,000 naira. And then we also looked at the model school, which 35,000 naira needs to be increased to 100,000 naira. What we've seen here is that the current state of the economy will not also allow the government, that is the Lagos State government, to continue running on 35,000 naira. What do you think can be done successively so it could help parents to at least get prepared for this? Because the government has said whether they like it or not, there is no going back.
Yes, I understand on both ends, but you have to look at it from this perspective too. In our system, we have 3 terms in a session, and we all know how the economy is right now. So if I understand the fact that it's hard, everything has gone 200%, food prices, it's going, off the roof and all that. But it could be something that they could give them a session's notice. From first term, they give them a session's notice. Okay, we're going to increase it to so amount by next session. So, it will just give these parents a kind of soft landing, a kind of cushion effect to be able to plan ahead and see what they can do. But right now, you have actually paid school fees for first term, and by second term, you would have to increase it that way. And look at it from this perspective. You have parents that have 2, 3 kids in a school. So just multiply that by a parent that is on minimum wage.
I can only imagine what the outcome would be. I want to say thank you so much, economist, for joining us. Thank you for your time. Jolaawo Olufunmilayo for being here on News Now. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All right.